Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to be covering another tool that we can use to convert your photos and drawings or anything into amazing looking line art. So you can see a couple of images I've got here. I'm just showing them here in Inkscape. I've not actually converted these into vectors at the moment. I'll show you that later on in the video. So if you want to figure out how to do that, I will show you that. But just for now, I'm going to show you a very powerful website that can not only convert images into line art like this, it can convert them into 3D models, it can do depth maps, it can combine two different images to make a completely different image. It is such an amazing and powerful website where you can do a lot of image editing all in one place. And the great news is it is absolutely free to use at first. Now it does operate on a credit system, so once you've used all your free credits, you will need to purchase more. Or alternatively, you can actually check into the website every day, and every day you check in, they can give you more free credits. So as I said, these are a couple of the examples I've done. Now you don't have to put anything into a prompt or select any certain setting. You just upload your photo and it'll just convert it how it best seems to fit. They're all slightly different styles from quite similar images, but they've all turned out pretty well. So let's move on then and let's have a look at this website. It's called SculptOK.com. I will put a referral link down in the description if you want to check that out, but let's have a look and log in. So when you log in, you'll be presented with this first page. This is the depth map generation. I won't be covering that as first. We'll have a look at that a little bit later on in the video, but you'll see this is what the website is like throughout. You upload your photo, and with this one, you can select different options and different settings, but they all don't operate the same way, which we'll see in a moment. So yeah, at the top of the screen, you can see you've got the AI tools. So these are the different tools you use. We'll be looking at the AI image generator in a moment. You've got a gallery where you can publish your image for others to see. The pricing, so with this, you can purchase it yearly, monthly, or alternatively, if you just want to buy credits, you can just do that down there as well without having to have the monthly subscription come out. Like I mentioned earlier, here's the check-in button. So I haven't checked in today. If I click that, daily check-in successful, I've been given 10 free credits. So you can do that every day and get yourself 10 credits every single day. So yeah, let's get into it first of all. Let's have a look at the AI tools. And first of all, we are going to be going into the AI generator. Within the AI image generator, you can see there are lots of options on the side. So first of all, we've got our text to image prompt. So what that means is you can put in here, let's say, for example, a rose flower with thorns. So you can see we've got quite a few style presets here. So first of all, you can go with none. So if you select that and just go, it should generate just a rose flower with thorns. You can go with wood, stone, we've got metallic, gypsum, jade, and bronze. So all that means is it'll try and use these presets to try and create a nice looking image. This wood one is one I've been using quite a lot because I do a lot of work with laser engraving. This creates a nice like 3D depth type style, and I'll generate an image for you now. When you do generate an image as well, it does take credits off you. So you'll see the button there, it said no credits. It's because I've got the VIP, but it'll tell you how many credits it's going to use for every generation you do. And there we go, just within seconds, it has generated this rose with thorns. And that, to me, is actually quite a nice image. There's lots of depth to it, lots of shadows and highlights. And if I was to send that to my laser engraver, that would look very realistic and very 3D. So if you do, like me, do a lot of images for laser engraving, this tool by here is absolutely fantastic. Really, really valuable. So we've got the image imitation. So all that says is upload an image and the AI will generate similar images based on the original, providing you with a variety of creative options. Now, I don't really use that one, so I don't really know much about it, but it's not one I really use. All this really does, if you upload a photo, it just cleans it up a bit, really. That's all I've noticed it do. I wouldn't worry about using credits to do anything with that one. All it did really was just clean up that image a little bit. Image to image, again, quite a good one. Let's upload this image of this dog and let's go with Jade. So we'll generate that. We just got to wait for this to run through the queue. It doesn't take long at all. There we go. It's converted that image of a dog into something that looks like it's carved out of jade, which actually looks pretty good. Again, I can convert that to a depth map and get a really nice deep engraving on a brass coin with the fiber laser. But let's try something else. Let's try wood with this one, and let's generate that and see how that turns out. And again, there we go. Not a bad result, to be fair. Not exactly what I thought the result was going to be, but it has taken that and it's converted it into what looks like a really clean 3D model. It says wood, it's more the color of wood, but again, not a bad representation of it. And again, something like this would look really nice engraved on some slate. So now let's check out Image Fusion. Now this one's pretty good. You can sometimes get some good results, but you also sometimes get some absolutely horrible, disturbing results. But if you want a good laugh, definitely give it a go. So let's find two images. So I'm going to go with one image of boy Batman, and let's find a second one. And the second image, I'm going to go with the dog in the suit. The weight ratio, you can put a bias towards that one or more that one, but I tend to just leave it in the middle and let's generate. I'm hoping I would just get an image of this dog in the Batman cowl, or otherwise it's going to put this kid in the suit. But we'll give it a minute or two and see what results we get. That is a good result or not. I do kind of like it, but the fact it's kept the suit on the dog with his shirt and tie, but it's given him like a leather over the top with the Batman logo, and then it's also given him a little, it looks more like a Catwoman than Batman, doesn't it? A cowl, but you can have a really good laugh with this if you upload photos of people. Now again, it's taken all the elements from both photos. So it's taken my hoodie from there, the leather and Batman logo from this one, the Nike logo from my hoodie, the Batman cowl, and I do have, you can't really see it, but I've got a microphone clipped onto my cap, which it has put on there as well. So again, not a bad result, but it's not something I'd use myself. But yeah, let's move on to the next one. This is the one we've probably all come to watch the video for, and this is the sketch converter. So with this image already selected in Inkscape, we can see we've already got one variation of it. So there's nothing else we need to do within this tool. It is you just upload your photo and generate. It just automatically takes a look at the photo and it'll generate it based on the best results it can get. So with this image done now then, I can right click, copy image. Let's go over to Inkscape and let's see how close it is to that one. You can see those are very close results. So basically you can run the same photo twice and you're not going to get the exact same result every single time because it is AI generated. It never will generate the same photo twice. But they are very, very good. And I actually do prefer this one better because the lines are a little bit thinner. We'll try another image. We'll see what results we can get from this apple skull. So let me just generate that and see what we get. Hopefully this should be pretty decent because there's a lot of detail there to collect. And hopefully it'll give a good result. So the result from this is really, really good. The only thing I don't like about it is the fact it added a black background. But that's easy enough to remove. It is just a little bit of extra work. I think that only happened because the photo I uploaded, it had a white background instead of a transparent. So that's a good bit of advice. If you're looking to upload photos to convert with this, remove the background and do it as a PNG. Right, let's try another image. I'm using one of the images we generated earlier down here. So let's generate that and see what sort of results we can get from this. And as you can see from this one, we do have another very nice and clean result from this. Again, this is something that could be used with like coloring books or stuff like that. So let's say we want to convert this now to a vector. I can right click, we can go copy image. So let's go over to Inkscape and we can Control and V or right click and paste, and that'll paste our image in there. To convert any of these images into vector line art, very simple in Inkscape. It's just done automatically. If we go up here to the top right, we can see we've got something called trace bitmap. So we can click on that. Let's go with this image first of all. And we've got a live preview here. This just looks like that image. But if we do that, we can see some of the lines we're getting a bit fainter, or we can go a bit darker. So that is it. I'll press apply. That is now a vector image. We can delete that. Exactly the same with this. I can just press apply. And that is a vector. That's how easy it is to convert these images into vector line art. These are now vector images and they've got nodes you can edit. And if you want to do a little bit more edit in detail to them, you can do that as you wish. So that's some of the great tools SculptOK offers. I know one of the main options a lot of people will want to use is that sketch tool. And then when you take it over to Inkscape, it is very, very simple, as you've seen, to convert it to a vector. So yeah, these are the type of results you are expected to get with it. They are very clean and they are very, very close to the exact image you used. Like I said, it is AI, so you might see some variations in it because it is creating a different image from the image you've uploaded. And sometimes you can get a really bad result, but I put that down to the image you've uploaded. There's just not enough maybe contrast with it or just not enough detail. So maybe edit that image or get a different image and try again. So let's go back into SculptOK a second and let's have a look at some more options we can actually use within this. Because I've shown you a lot of the stuff, but there is still a bit more to it. So at the bottom here, we can see the history with some of the images we've made. And let's click on one of the images and you'll see you'll have your preview here and you'll have a few more options you can actually mess around with here. So you can download, draw depth map, generate 3D model, style transfer, generate similar, upscale, and publish. So let's have a look at style transfer. Let's click that. Now that's imported. So you've got image to image. That's imported that into here automatically. Let's just go with, stone and generate that. So what that's done, that's taken the image I've uploaded earlier and then converted into line art. And now we're going to take that line art image and then convert it, hopefully into a 3D image, which is going to be reminiscent of a stone texture. And again, we could have uploaded the original image we used here to convert to line art and do the exact same thing, but I'm just showing you what you can actually do within SculptOK once you have converted an image and you maybe want to have a little bit of a play around with it. And there we go. Have a look at that result. That is spectacular. That's taken that from this line image. So it's looked at that image, it's worked out what the best way is to convert this into a 3D looking model, and just look at it. That is stunning. What would be nice though is if we can convert this to a 3D model and actually 3D print it, which I believe we can. Let's have a look what happens when we generate 3D model. Even though it does look like a 3D model, it's not. It's still technically just a 2D image. So let's generate a 3D model. So this is another tool within SculptOK. It's in AI tools into the 3D generator. I haven't really played around with this much, so let's have a look how good this looks. Let's go. So we've got our image uploaded. Let's go standard and let's generate. So we'll wait to see that to generate and see how that looks. Hopefully it'll look decent because I wouldn't mind 3D printing this. But then once we've done that, we'll have a look then at converting it to a depth map. I've done a video on using SculptOK to do depth maps. I'll put a link up in the top if you do want to check that out. But again, I will show you quickly here today. We'll just wait for this image to finish and see what we get, and then we'll have a look at the depth map then. So that's not too bad. It's taking a look at that image front on, and it's actually created a fairly close 3D model from it. But if we have a look, it still doesn't look too bad. It hasn't got the top because it's not really much there. It hasn't got the stem and the leaf. It's done the back pretty good. It hasn't done all the fingers on the hand, but if I was to 3D print it and put it at that angle, I do really like that. That does look pretty good. So I can actually export that as an STL and send that to my 3D printer. But again, that's another tool within SculptOK you can use. But let's try the draw depth map. This is what SculptOK really started out as doing depth maps. Before they had the other tools, this was pretty much all they did, I believe. And they've done it really, really well. They still do it really well as well, to be fair. But within it, again, once you've uploaded your image, you do have quite a few options to choose from. I'm going to go portrait image. To be fair, when I've used different options here, I've never really seen much of a difference on different type of images. But I'm going to use that there. AI optimization, no, I'm happy with the image. And we'll go basic. What I've noticed with the SculptOK, if you go basic, it'll generate 4 different images. One, just what it sees and what it works out as the depth. And then 3 others you can actually use as like actual depth maps. When you do it with Pro, it does only generate 1 image, I believe. So yeah, we'll keep it at the basic. You can always upscale it later on if you wanted to. But yeah, let's just let's wait for this to convert that and we'll see how this turns out. With all this detail we got there, all the highlights and shadows and everything, I reckon this is going to create a stunning depth map. So that's the first one is created. This is where it's working out, obviously, where the highest points are. So those are the whitest bits, and where it thinks the deepest points are, the black bits. We got 3 different depth maps here. This is perfect. This is absolutely stunning. This would engrave really nice on a brass coin with a fiber laser. So I am actually going to save this. You'll see there's a watermark on it. You can, if you wanted to download without a watermark, obviously it's going to cost you credits. But again, another tool within SculptOK, because depth maps can't just be used for laser engraving. They can be used to generate like 3D models and use on like things like CNCs and 3D printers. And I'll show you exactly what I mean, because within SculptOK, when you look at the preview, there's a 3D preview option here. And we'll click that. It'll open up a new window, and it's going to generate a 3D model within seconds. You can see it's got watermark on there, so you'd obviously want to do this without the watermark image. I've just removed the watermark by going no watermark preview, just so we can see it a little bit better. But you can see we can put the width and height and everything on that, change that. We can change the thickness, the depth of it all. But again, back to the depth maps. You don't have to upload like a 3D looking model. You can upload line art. There's an option for it, and it'll convert that to a depth map for you. So let's take this line art of one I've generated within SculptOK, and we'll draw the depth map on this. Again, I'm going to select line art, but I honestly don't think there's much of a difference between them. And let's draw. So the standard reading of the depth map itself has come out really nice. It's obviously seen that this is the highest point, which it would be in real life. And then you're coming down to the hat and the ear. It's got the full shape of the face. And again, we've got 3 different results, which do vary in different ways. And again, all these aren't actually... It usually generates 3 images similar, but with like different depth styles on it. But these 3 images is taking a look at that line art, and yeah, they all look like different people. But this result here, this is spectacular. Considering that is from this 2D line art drawing, that is amazing. It's got so much detail in there. It's obviously noticed that's a cap. It's drawn a cap. It's got an ear. We've got the eyes, nose, mouth, beard, microphone, t-shirt. Everything with detail in this image has been recreated. So with that, again, I can download this without the watermark, and I can use that for a coin with a fiber laser. But let's have a look at the 3D preview for this. And again, that is really clean. We can take the thickness down a little bit, just so it's more like a realistic coin with just a little bit of relief on it. So again, we've got a really clean result there. Everything looks like it should. It hasn't really just made up some random artifacts like a lot of AI models do, just to try and make it look better than what it is. Everything in here is exactly what was in that line drawing. And I'm really happy with that. And again, we could download the STL and we can 3D print that as a coin. But because we've got the depth map generated, we can also do deep engravings with our laser engravers. So yeah, again, I'll put my referral link down in the description if you want to check out SculptOK. Also, if you do want to help support the channel as well, guys, give it a like and subscribe if you're not. I have also set up channel memberships, which I'll put down in the description as well. And if you wanted to, you can become a part of that. And once again, it does help me out greatly. Any questions or comments, guys, put it down below and I will try and get back in touch with you and help. And we'll see you in the next one. Ta-ra, guys.